What is going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of JB360. Apologies in advance. I haven't posted in a bit, only because I just got a new job recently, so I'm still kind of adjusting to the whole new schedule and everything like that. So I'm gonna be trying to keep these videos on schedule as much as possible. But yeah, just wanted to kind of do a little basic video for just a few mods that I'm doing to the EM-23. One of them being adding a upgraded taillight. I'm actually going to be using the whatchamacallit. This is sort of like the stealth bomber taillight that I've had for quite some time. So I'm going to be replacing it with the stock one on the EM-23. Gonna have it there, just give it a little bit more visibility. The other mod I'm going to be doing is sort of coinciding with this, is adding in a light kit. So I'll have a running headlight in the front, and also the taillight will be working in the back. Also, the other thing I want to mention is I ordered street tires for the front and rear. Just so you guys know, the back rear tire again is 17 inches for the rim, and then 19 inches for the front. So I had to order sort of separate street tires with similar tread because they don't have matching 17 and 19 sets for these particular sizes. So I'm gonna show you guys basically how to remove the rear tire. I'm gonna be putting on the new street tire that I got from Amazon. I believe it's the Michelin Pilot series. Also, I want to go over with you how to remove the battery. It's really easy, actually. It's probably like 3 steps, but it's good if you're kind of looking to possibly upgrade the battery, so you can kind of figure out the dimensions you're working with. And just as an FYI, guys, some good news is I actually ordered a 72 volt battery from Amorg, and this battery is going to be sitting obviously in the original stock compartment here, although it's going to be a bit longer, so it's going to stretch out to about here, and it's going to gain about an inch from the height over here. So I'm going to figure out a way to kind of like mount everything. I'm going to try to be using the stock bracket so that it kind of fits everything snug, and then probably a combination of like battery straps and ratchet straps just to kind of keep the battery down. So in the meantime, from this channel, we got a couple of scooter videos. We got a Mac Fox review video coming up, so hopefully you guys can stay tuned for that. Anyways, guys, let's start actually by showing you how to remove the battery off your EM-23. It looks a little complicated at first, but it's actually pretty simple. What you need is an Allen key set. I'm actually using a hex set here, but I'm using in particular the 532 hex tool. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove these 2 screws over here that align this bracket here. So there's 2 screws over here, there's 2 screws on the other side on the right, and you're going to be removing this sort of shield out. Try to avoid using the drill because I don't want to strip anything and just want to kind of keep everything that's stock intact. Alright, as you can see, there was blue Loctite originally applied here. You can reapply Loctite if you want, but here is the, I guess you could call this like some kind of like a bash guard or a bash cover for the battery and the motor, because it kind of shields it on the bottom over here. So we're going to remove this lock over here, the twist lock. As you're turning it, you want to remove the battery, the top knob. This twist knob, you want to start moving it to the left to loosen the knob up top. You'll see that will come off. As you continue to rotate it left counterclockwise, that will remove that screw up top there. Just make sure you don't lose the knob. And then once that is exposed there, you can remove counterclockwise the bottom knob kind of here until that comes out like that. So there you have your twist knobs, that's secure. Okay, so here comes the interesting part. If you could see here, this sort of notch here, or this kind of like bracket, so this battery actually slides into the frame right here. Before we do anything more, what I want to also reiterate is you want to remove the battery power supply, obviously here. So you're gonna take that, move it up, leave that on the side there. As you can see, we have here is the sort of frame that connects to the bracket of the battery, and it actually just slides off. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna be very careful with this pack. There's actually a handle over here, like kind of like a mesh handle, so you can kind of use that to kind of secure the battery as you're shifting. So you're gonna want to shift the battery up out of the frame. See right there, and there's the battery. So as you guys can see, the battery is actually not that big. I'll post the dimensions, the exact dimensions on the description, but as you can see here, some of that information here with nominal voltage, charging voltage here, the type of battery, 60 volt, 27 amp hour, and your rated capacity with watt hours as well. And that's all the info that you get from this. So everything in terms of max amps you kind of have to like test out and find out on your own. But as you guys saw in the previous video, the 190/360 works fine with this battery pack, although you are sacrificing range. So since I'll be getting an aftermarket battery, I'm actually going to be using this for like a separate build. All right guys, so we got here our light kit that we're going to be installing on the EM-23. It actually comes with the light controls here and the signal horn. This is actually meant for like an alternate like light mode, like high beam or something like that. Does not have cautions, obviously. Have your on-off switch, which I'm going to be leaving on, and also the rest of the wiring. This connects to the horn that's over here, and there's also going to be another connection to the DC converter, which should be over here. Here's our DC converter. That's going to connect over to this harness as well. Then we have our positive and negative terminals. This will connect directly to the battery. Bingo. DC. Alright guys, so over here we have our headlight input, and over here, which is the brown, black, and blue wire from the light kit. Alright guys, so we got the new street tires on.
These feel really good, but as you guys know, but I don't know if I mentioned, I actually ended up switching to 17-inch rims. My only complaint is that the spokes on the front are chrome and the back spokes are black. Feels good though. I think the ride quality actually might be a bit different because we're going with a lower front, but I had heard that if you go with a bigger front rim, is that it's sort of meant for, I guess, more off-road enduro type riding. I mean, it definitely feels a little bit shorter with the front 17 on. I do feel the wheel kind of pick up a bit more, to be honest, than what I had previously set up. Hit 53 miles an hour. We're getting a little bit, 1 mile an hour, a little bit faster, but honestly not bad. Adjust the throttle setting. I haven't ridden the EM-23 in a while. Been testing out scooters the past couple of weeks, and been trying to get used to my schedule. In the meantime, I just kind of wanted to go over some things with the EM-23, and I want to give a big shout out to one of my viewers. His name is Eric, and he pointed out some good things about the EM-23 because it is, you know, basically the Kugo Wish O2 Pro. this type of motor does require you to drain the oil, very similar to like the Talaria, when you sort of had to you know, change it every 3,000 miles or 3 months or something like that. Actually, I think it was every 3 months, but there's like a release valve somewhere over here, and also there's also a like a reservoir valve on top that you actually add the oil in. And you know, I think in another video I'll sort of provide some details in terms of the specific oil that the motor uses, you know, as well as just some other maintenance stuff, you know, with the motor itself, or just from that test ride itself. And as you can see, we have the lights here. The spread is like crazy in terms of light coverage, so it's definitely a pretty good light in terms of night riding. Aftermarket rear light, I had this sort of lying around. It's kind of one of the reasons why I used it, but I kind of wanted to change it up from the stock look. So once I added in that light kit, then we added in the new rear light. And as you can see here, we have our light controls here. You can toggle between on and off. We have signals in the back here. We also have a horn. And then usually the caution light I would have linked up to a high beam, but this particular headlight does not have a high beam feature. It's just pretty much one mode. And as I mentioned while I was riding, I got rid of the 19-inch front rim and decided to replace it with a 17, just to kind of keep consistent with the tires in terms of tire set. And I didn't mind dropping down to 17. I think it kind of gives like a nice, like, shorter look to it. Maybe for some of you bigger riders, you might keep the 19 on, but you know, they don't really make a lot of matching 1917 sets, which is one of the reasons I went with the Michelin Pilot 2. They only pretty much had it in 17, so I decided to just switch the front rim to 17. So also, before I end the video, I just wanted to kind of mention, again, big shout out to my one of my viewers, subscriber, Eric. He found out some of this information as well. But apparently with the screen, there are some P settings you can access. We reached out to the Valtinsu rep to see sort of what details we can get in terms of accessing those P settings. Currently they are looking into it, so hopefully we can get an answer on that sometime soon. All right guys, that's all for now. Hope you guys enjoyed my little EM-23 update, adding in the light kit, adding in the street tires. I think the next step is going to be pretty much adding in the new 72-volt battery. I'm going to be swapping the controller out, most likely, to maybe a Far Driver 72680. I'm not too sure yet. I'm still kind of pushing the limits of this motor to see how many amps it can pretty much take. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, or even subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.